Didn't get the books. Go get it. How many books are there, children? 2 or 3? 2. English, volume 1 and volume 2. Standard 10. Okay, what was the homework last time? No, tell me page number, tell me topic.
On the question answer of the I know what a safe person.
Okay, I know why the page got 6. Homework done?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone who is not done, please raise your hand. What is that? You have not done. I was not. I was not. What did he say? Was not able to do. तो नहीं समझ में आया कोई मतलब? Okay.
I will return to the part of this, but the
Why, beta? Open your tuition book, children. Not having. Next time we have to do. Tuition book दे दो ना पहले. From where you have started? Where is the name of the chapter? How will you study? The point of these notes are that you should be able to study for your exam. So you should have the name of the chapter. You should have the question there. नहीं तो कोई मतलब नहीं है ना. Right? Where is the name of the chapter? Start writing the question right now. Is your school book, yeah? No. By chance, don't give me your school book and I'll start putting ticks and all that. What is the question? When you write the name of the poem, please write the name of the poet also because we want to use it in the answers.
On the basis of bring out the main conflict in the poem.
Now, what is the main conflict in the poem? That the bird is caged and it wants to fly, no? उसको elaborate करके लिखो. Whenever you're facing a doubt, now try to understand what the question is. Question क्या पूछ रहा है? तो मैं इसके बारे में क्या बोलना चाहता हूँ? Start writing, then the flow will come. Just doing something. Right. Do it right now. Where is the name of the chapter?
so from there I
Where is this?
I'm going to start from the
But all this has to be done in the workbook, no?
I thought I need to do it in the notebook.
No, you have to do it there. But good. Happy with the amount of work you've done. I should have a minimum of 5 pages done by you. Yeah, okay. Start transferring this into your workbook. In the workbook, do work with pencil. Did I done any work? This is your first day. Date. True. this? What is the topic? I know why the cage bird sing. There was work in the workbook also, no? In the module. Show me that. कैसा handwriting लिखा बेटा? बोर्ड एग्जाम में भी ऐसा लिखोगे? तो लेट के लिख रहे थे? Okay. What is this? No, ये सब भरो. Right, beta. Not getting. But now you can write it. No. The poem ends on an optimistic note. Comment. What is the last line of the poem?
So the bird sings for
So
the
he
parent.
opens his throat to sing.
Let him open and tell you. For the cage bird sings of freedom. So this is a optimistic note. It is something positive. क्योंकि उससे पहले भी जो है and his tune is heard on the distant hill. So the other people are listening to his song for freedom. तो इसको आपको explain करना है कि when the bird is singing, his hands are tied, he can do nothing. He's in the cage, he can do nothing, but he can sing. He raises his voice to become free, and people across the globe are listening to his song. So this is an optimistic note because there is hope of support from them. Date or not written? बेटे ये यहाँ पे मत एंड करो, ठीक है? यहाँ तक लेके जाओ. यहाँ तक लेके जाना है. देखो. That's reason. Which chapters have been done in your school?
Chief.
And Little magical we have done, na?
Yes. Ma'am, can we do please share this next exam?
Little magical have you done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
And what else we have done? I know a little what things. So you want me to do which chapter now?
Chief Seattle.
Chief Seattle. चलो खोलो. Write the name of the poet.
You were getting the next.
Start reading, change the other speech. Stop after every paragraph so that I can explain. So basically what is happening, Chief Seattle is the person whose name is Seattle. Today Seattle is the name of a place after him only. But at that time, many years ago, there's this man whose name is Seattle and he's the chief. He's the chief of his tribe. They are the tribal people who are living in such a way that they are very much in tune with the nature. They are rural, they are villagers, they are tribal people, they are Native Americans. They are very much in tune with the nature. They have a different belief system from the Britishers. The whites whom he is calling are sending them a letter and asking them to vacate a patch of land and move elsewhere because they want to urbanize this area. Are they the owners of this land or are the natives the owner of this land?
Natives.
Who has given them the authority to tell the natives that move? But we always feel that if a person is more developed, more sophisticated, he can talk English, he is this, he is that, then he has authority over the tribal man. That is what is happening here. And this is a letter that Chief has written to that man saying that you are asking us to move, we will move because you are more powerful than us. And you are becoming more in number and we are becoming less in number, and in fact we are going to die out. And his prediction is right, because today do we have Native Americans? No. But today, as a civilized, educated society, do we realize that the land actually belongs to them? Do we want to respect them now? Now they are gone, but do we want to respect them? In other places, for example in Canada, they do have the natives. So are the Canadians sophisticated, educated, urbanized Canadian being rude to the rural Canadians, the natives, or are they giving them more respect? They are giving them more respect. And what are they called? They are called something. The Inuits. They are called the indigenous people of the land. Because they are also not exactly very tribal like they used to be 300 years ago. They have also evolved in their own this thing, but they are the indigenous people of that land. So they are the primal owners. They are the people of the land. So whoever else came to America, whoever else came to Australia, whoever else came to Canada, and now Indians have started talking about this, that whoever else came to India, okay, we accept you, but there is an indigenous race of people who were the Indians, who were here 5,000 years ago, before the Britishers, before the Mughals. Who were they? You're an Indian, you should know. Aryans. The Aryans. They were the Aryans. They were the one who civilized the Indus Valley. They were the Aryans. They were the people. जो कि आज की डेट में we can say are the UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh people, because the Dravidians also seem to have existed, but not alongside the Aryans. They happened later. So Aryans are the people of India. Then there are the Dravidians also, which is a different race, with a different culture and all that. And then the Mughals came, and therefore there are lots of descendants of Mughals who are there. There are descendants of the Alexander's army inhabiting Karnataka. There are a lot of Jews who escaped and were given protection by a Gujarati king, Patel, and therefore they are all the Parsis. You see? So these kind of things are there. So here now the chief is writing a letter to the whites that you are asking us to move, we will move, you are more powerful than us. He's saying various things to him. that how he and his race and his belief system is actually better than the whites. Okay, read the first paragraph.
Chief Seattle. Yonder sky that has wept tears of compassion upon my people for centuries ago, and which to us appears changeless and eternal, may change. Today is fair. Tomorrow it may be overcast with clouds. My words are like the stars that never change. Whatever Seattle says, the great chief at Washington can rely upon with as much.
Underline the great chief at Washington, because that is where the letter has come from. That is where the demand has come from.
The great chief at Washington can rely upon with as much certainty as he can upon the return of the sun or the seasons. The white chief says that the big chief at Washington sends us greetings of friendship and goodwill.
So the white chief is kind of the assistant of the great chief sitting in Washington. So his messenger, the white chief, is the messenger of George Washington perhaps, who is actually sending the orders that you need to move or else we will wage war on you and kill you. And they have the power to kill them because they had arms and ammunition. The tribals did not. They were still working on bows and arrows.
This is kind of him, for we know he has little need of our friendship in return.
So never in his letter does he criticize him. He says it is kind of him that he has requested us because he has no need of our friendship. We have to accept his supremacy. वो diplomatically भिगो के दे रहा है उसको, but letter में कहीं पर भी evident नहीं है ये चीज. Therefore, it's a very beautiful letter to read if you understand it with that kind of sense. Otherwise, it is like क्या लिखा है, क्यों लिखा है, जाना है तो चले जाए, नहीं जाना तो पड़े रहे, बोलते हम नहीं जा रहे. But if you try to understand what this man is doing, it is very much like Swami Vivekananda's Chicago speech. If you have ever heard it, he is talking. If you listen carefully, he is praising the Indians and criticizing the Britishers, and those foolish Britishers sitting at audience are clapping away. That is the art. That is the diplomacy. बोल रहा है कि तुम लोग बेवकूफ हो, हम ये जानते हैं, पर हम बोल नहीं पाएंगे क्योंकि तुम सुन नहीं पाओगे. बोलो उनको तो गुस्सा होना चाहिए था. तो स्वामी विवेकानंद का स्पीच भी ऐसा ही था, चीफ सियाटल जैसा.
His people are many. They are like the grass that covers vast land.
To explain any point, Chief Seattle always takes the help of nature. My words are like the stars. You can believe what I am saying just like the coming of the seasons. His is like the grass. ये like जो है ना, इसको note down करते रहना क्योंकि हमको answers में ये चीज को लिखना है कि how he compares everything to nature because he is so grounded in nature. There are no buildings where he stays. They stay among the nature, among the fishes. They were as a tribe, they were a people who would stay in one place for a particular period of time. They did not eat anything cooked. They ate everything raw. They would pluck a few apples from this tree. They would do some fishing from this river. And then they would feel, now we have depleted this tree enough. We have depleted this river enough. Now we need to give it time to recuperate. Therefore, we must shift to somewhere else. And they would shift and let this area recuperate. And then again, after spending some time here, they would shift. So like this, they would go in a circle so that they are not depleting the land too much. कि इतने फल खा लिए पेड़ मर गया. They were that much in tune with nature.
They are like the grass that covers vast plains. My people are few. They resemble the scattering trees of a storm-swept plain.
Again, comparison. When a storm has swept a plain, there are only few trees standing. Most of the trees have already fallen. So his tribe is like that. They are few in number.
The great and I presume good. White chief sends us word that he wishes to buy our land but is willing to allow us enough to live comfortably.
He wants to buy our land and is allowing us a particular piece of land so that we can survive.
This indeed appears just, even generous, for the red man no longer has rights that he need respect.
The red man is the tribe, but it is almost like your neighbor rings the bell and says, "Hello, ये kitchen, ये hall, ये children's bedroom, ये balcony, ये bathroom, ये area छोड़ दो, अंदर जो master bedroom है और वो जो bathroom है उसको occupy करो. I'm giving you money for this. You will live only there. All this I will do what I want to do. I will break the walls and I will construct something else." Who are you? It's my house. But if he is that much of a dada and you are that much of a meek person, then you will accept it. That is what is happening here. उन्हीं के लैंड पे उनको बोला जा रहा है वो कोने में जाओ उधर रहने का इधर हम लोग करेंगे हमको जो करना है.
And the offer may be wise also, as we are no longer in need of an extensive country.
Because they are small in number. ये पैराग्राफ एक दफे रीड कर लो देखो कुछ पूछना तो पूछो. What does yonder means ahead. पर ऐसे एक वर्ड का मीनिंग समझने की कोशिश मत करो. This will be the same mistake with MCQ. Try to understand the idea that is being put across, because they are not going to ask you in so much detail what is the meaning of yonder. They will not ask you like this, but you need to understand what is really happening there, so that when they ask you a question, you are able to answer it in your own words. Same thing with MCQ will happen, because it's almost like you're studying a Spanish novel. It's not English. It is something else, old English, correct? तो उसमें भी हमको एक लाइन को नहीं समझना है. But when they give us 2 paragraphs and they ask us question, we should be able to answer that. कि क्या हो रहा है, बसानियो क्या कर रहा है, क्यों कर रहा है, किसके कहने पर कर रहा है, उसको ऐसा करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए, is he being good in doing this, is he being bad in doing that, वो हमको पूरा analyze कर देना है. What is Portia doing, why is she doing, what is her intention, पर वो झूठ बोल रही है, पर ये झूठ जो है ये पाप है कि पुण्य है, all that we need to know. But एक वर्ड का मीनिंग जरूरी नहीं है, उसमें फिर unnecessarily कॉम्प्लिकेट हो जाएगा. क्रोसिन खाओ हेडेक जाएगा, क्रोसिन के क्या कंपोनेंट से जाना जरूरी नहीं है. ये जरूरी है कि सुबह एक खाओ और रात को एक खाओ, चुपचाप सो जाओ, ठंडा पानी मत पियो. तो जितना जरूरी है उतने को समझो, ठीक है ना. हाँ, सेकंड पैराग्राफ. अच्छा, फर्स्ट योर रीडिंग. Read the first paragraph, underline the important things, the comparisons that of nature that he has taken, उनको mark करो. कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा है तो पूछो. Done? I had given you some essay for homework. How many have not done? That is equal to not done. Take out the essay. I am coming to check.
to check.
Essay also I checked, yes. Where is the topic of the essay? This boy is maintaining his book very well, but ये जो topic है ये center में आना चाहिए, it should be capital. Start with space. But यहाँ पे ये बुलाया. Done? Shall we proceed? Who else has done the essay? Dad. Second paragraph.
There was a time when a people covered the land as the waves of the wind ruffled. Sea covered its ship flowed. But that time long since passed away, with the greatness of the tribes that are now but a mournful memory. I will not dwell on, nor mourn over, our untimely decay, nor reapproach my
1 minute. Ask loudly for everyone to hear the question, so that everyone can hear the answer and everyone can benefit. What's your question? Tribe. Red man is the tribal people. Yes, Rita, continue.
I will not dwell on, nor mourn over, our untimely decay, nor reapproach my pale-faced brothers with destiny, as we too may have been somewhat to blame.
Done? That's all? Continue then. You only continue.
Youth is impulsive. When a young man grows angry at some real or imaginary.
Now he wants to call the white the youth, and he wants to call the tribal the grown up with wisdom.
And disfigure their faces with black paint. It denotes that their hearts are black and that they are often cruel and relentless. And our old men and old women are unable to restrain them. Thus, it has ever been. Thus, it was when the white men began to push our forefathers ever westward. But let us hope that the hostilities between us may never return. We would have everything to lose and nothing to gain. Revenge by young men is considered gain, even at the cost of their own lives. But old men who stay at home in times of war and mothers who have sons who lose no better.
So he's saying that the youth is not reluctant to go to war because it does not know the bad consequences of war. But those who are mature and grown up want to avoid war at all costs. So basically वो क्या बोल रहा है कि the white are ready to wage a war against the red, the tribal people. But the chief himself, as a tribal man who has seen the bad consequences of war, is willing to accept whatever they are saying, but does not want to rage into a war because he knows he's wiser than the white man, and therefore he knows that war will be devastating for the tribals also and for the white also. So he is accepting whatever they are saying. समझ में आया ये पॉइंट? इसको ट्यूशन बुक में लिखो. Done? Done, children? Read further, beta.
Our good father in Washington, for I presume.
So this is the next paragraph. You read it.
Our good father in Washington, for I
Now, good father in Washington is who? The
the
leader of the whites. It's almost the president of that country. Which country is he talking about? Washington is the country. Wait,
For I presume now our father has
wait,
been
I will have to remove the mask and read, otherwise you can't understand it.
Since King George has moved his boundaries further north, our great and good father, I say, sends us word that if we do as he desires, he will protect us. His brave warriors will be to us a bristling wall of strength, and his wonderful ships of war
Wilson are harbors so that our ancient enemies far to the northward, the Heddas and Shimshim. This is to frighten our women, children, and women. When in reality, we will be our father and we his children. But can that ever be? Your God is not a God. Your God loves our people and hates them. He force is strong, protecting arms directly above the territories, and this lead by the hand as a father leads an infection. But he has forsaken his children if they really are our God, the great spirit, seems also to have forsaken us. Your God makes your people get stronger every day. Soon they will fill all the land. Our people are taking away like a rapidly receding tide.
Slowly.
Then will never end. The white man God cannot love our people, but he will protect them.
The white man cannot love our people. He is very clearly saying that although the tribal people have a kind of respect for this urbanized man, this urbanized white man has no love and respect for the tribal man.
They seem to be us who can be your father. How can be jealous? How can your God
Beta, this session, no, 10th standard 22-23, there is going to be assessment of reading, listening, and speaking also. You must have got some holiday homework. So your reading will have to improve, otherwise you will lose marks. Start talking in English whenever possible. Read.
How can your God become our God and renew our prosperity and
Now he is saying that he believes the leader of the whites to be God. But he is saying your God is partial. Because your God should be God to us also. But he is thinking of your well-being, the well-being of the white. But he is not thinking about the well-being of the red. So your God is partial. I would have preferred you to write the question because I want you to write a chunk, not write in brief. Because each of these points is a potential question in the board exam. So I want you to have a chunk. So if you writing in your tuition book, there is no constraint of space. Who is Sohan? Joanna is one. Arya? Anshul? Sandali? Tanmay? Ujjwal? Oh yes. Soham? Not one. Prashansa? Arab? Nihali? Shreya? Rudresh? Done? Arya, read.
listening to the orphans who can look louder for her? How can we be famous? How can our God become our God and renew our prosperity and understand in his spirit of becoming greatness? If we like to form a heavenly Father, we must be partial for. He failed to take his children. We never saw him. He failed to know that has no more for his children. One food is first complaint and that things are similar. No, you are the two history
So he is saying that although we have the same God, because we are both humans, correct? But your God is good to you, your God is not good to us. Next paragraph, Sundari.
To us,
The ashes of our ancestors are created and the resting
Okay, let me tell you what he's saying over here. He's saying that you as a culture and we as a culture is very different from each other. When your elders die, you bury them in a separate place. What is that separate place called? The graveyard. And you forget about them. You go and visit them maybe once a year for 2-3 years after they die, then you forget about them. For us, it is not like this. Their belief system is such that when our ancestors die, their souls are with us all the time. And let me tell you that those souls are here night and day. So when you will ask us to shift, their souls will still remain and they will haunt you. He's giving a hint of तेरे को यहाँ आना है क्या? Better off यहाँ मत आ. समझ रहे हो ना? हाँ.
To us, the ashes of our ancestors are created and the resting place is hallowed ground. You wander past of the graves of your ancestors and seemingly without regret. Your religion was written upon tablets of stone by the iron finger of your God, so that you could not forget. The red man could never comprehend or remember it. Our religion is the tradition of our ancestors, the dreams of our old men, given them in solemn hours of the night by the Great Spirit, and the visions of our sessions, and is written in the hearts of our people.
Okay. So you understood what he's saying about the death of the forefathers? You should move forward. Done, beta? Rudresh, you will read the next paragraph. Next paragraph, beta.
Your dead cease to love you, and the land of your nativity as soon as they pass the portals of the dawn and wander away beyond the stars. They are soon forgotten and never return. Are dead, never forget this beautiful world that gave them meaning. They still love its verdant valleys, its numerous rivers, its magnificent mountains, western fields, and verdant lying lakes and bays, and even yearn in the tender fond affection over the lonely-hearted living, and often return from the happy hunting ground to visit, guide, console, and comfort.
Yes, beta. Sections. Next paragraph.
Day and night cannot dwell together. Red man has ever played the approach of white man. As the morning mist flees before the morning sun.
See, again he gives a comparison of nature to explain कि जब रात होती है तो मिस्ट होता है, ड्यू होता है, पर जब फिर सुबह आ जाती है तो वो मिस्ट और ड्यू जो है वो इवेपोरेट हो जाता है. ऐसे ही when the white man comes, the red man flees away.
However, the proposition seems fair, and I think
Proposition is what? What is the proposition? Offer is what? What is the offer he's making? What is the offer he's talking about? Who has given an offer to whom?
The white
The white has given to the red man. What is the offer?
we will give a place to live peacefully, and we want this place for urbanization.
समझ में आ रहा है ना ये सब? हाँ.
I think that when people will accept it and will retire to the reservation you offer them, then we will dwell apart in peace. For the words of the great chief seem to be the words of nature speaking to my people out of dense darkness.
So he is not someone who has a lot of pride in being a chief. He doesn't say, I will tell them to move and they will listen to me, I'm their boss. Or I will tell them to stay here only, tumko jo karna hai karo. He says, I think my people will agree. So it is like he is the chief, but that is because they give him respect. He gives them respect. He thinks of them as equal. You are getting that tone from what the chief is talking about. He does not think of himself as someone wisest in the tribe. He thinks of everyone as equal. Next paragraph you read.
It matters little when we pass the remnant of our days. They will not be many.
Remnant of our days मतलब अभी जितने दिन हमारे पास बचे हैं, the remaining days left with us as the existence of a tribe. Because as the wise man of the tribe, he can see that his tribe is going to dwindle, going to die out, going to become extinct.
The Indian mind wants us to be down, not a single star of hope who holds a wall about his horizon.
Again, there is a comparison. Hope is compared to the star.
Sandboys winds nearing the distance. Grim fate seems to be on the red man's trail, and whether he will hear the opposing footsteps of his fellow destroyer and prepares them.
Stolidly
to meet his dream, as does the wounded doom that hears the approaching footstep of the hunter.
So, who is the hunter over here?
White man.
White man. So, very derogatory remarks are given, but they are given in such a subtle way कि ध्यान से सुनो तो ही समझ में आता है. He's calling them the hunter, and he's saying that he's going to be doomed. Who has to read next? You read already. You have to read it. Huh?
A few more moons, a few more winters, and no one can descendants of the mighty gods.
By a few more moons, what does he mean? Few more months, fortnights. क्योंकि महीने में एक ही दफे full moon आता है ना, तो few more months means few more months. Few more moons means few more months. And what does he mean by few more winters?
Years.
A few more years. So how he is calling the months moons? Have we seen this happening in the Hindu culture also? Have we seen this happening in the Christian culture also? Wherein we follow the moon to understand the passage of time. We follow the seasons to understand the passage of time. So that is the primal way of understanding the passage of time. And अगर few more suns होता तो क्या होता? Few more क्या होता? Days. Because every day the sun comes, so few more suns.
Once move towards this broad land and live in happy home, directed by the Great Spirit, will remain more over the graves of a people. Once
who is the Great Spirit he is referring to here?
Ancestors.
Ancestors, the forefathers. Underline and write.
more powerful and hopeful than yours. But why should I mourn at the untimely fate of my people? Untimely fate of my people. Right follows right, and nation follows nation, like the waves of the sea. It is the order of nature, and regret is useless. Your time of decay may be distant, but it will surely come. For even the wise man, whose God walked and talked with him, as friend to friend, cannot be exempt from the common destiny. We may be brothers after all. We will see.
Now, understand what he is saying, and then I'll make you write it in your question book. So he is saying the existence of one tribe, it dwindles, and a new order takes place, and a nation, and it dwindles, and a new nation takes place. So today, because of you, my tribe may be becoming extinct. Tomorrow, as a nation, you will become extinct and give way to new nation. We will see. तो वैसे वो उसको दे रहा है कि भाई तू मेरे को कर रहा है ना, तेरे साथ भी होगा, देख ले. बट इतने प्यार से बोल रहा है हनी में रैप करके. हाँ, चलो लिखो भी what he's saying. Done बेटा? Continue. Now you have to read, na?
We will ponder your proposition and when we decide, we will let you know. But should we accept it, I here and now make this condition that we will not be denied the privilege without molestation of visiting at any time the tombs of our ancestors, friends, and children. Every
So he has already established कि भाई हमारे तो जो elders मर जाते हैं वो तो वहीं रहते हैं. Now what very smartly he is saying कि should we decide to move, we will let you know. And if it is decided that we are going to move, understand this much that you cannot deny us to come and visit our elders, our kids, our this and that. तो हमारा जब भी मन करेगा हम वहाँ पर आएंगे, तुम हमको रोक नहीं सकते. Understanding? He is making a point. Read.
Every part of this soil is sacred in estimation of my people. Every hillside, every valley, every plain and grove has been hallowed by some sad or happy event.
Hallowed means made holy. Hallowed be thy name आता है ना prayer में?
Yes. Hallowed by some sad or happy events in days long vanished. Even the rocks, which seemed to be dumb and dead as they flutter in sun along the silent shore, thrilled with memories of stirring events, connected with the lives of my people, and the very dust upon which you now stand responds more loving.
मतलब तुम्हारे लिए मिट्टी है, soil है जिससे तुम खड़े हो. हमारे लिए तो हमारे ancestors हैं.
Responds more lovingly to their footsteps than yours, because it is rich with the blood of our ancestors, and our bare feet are conscious of the sympathetic touch.
You finish reading? You are.
Our departed graves
Who are our departed graves? Our warriors, our seniors, our forefathers who died bravely. You are the cowards. We are the departed graves.
fond mothers, glad, happy-hearted maidens, and even the little children
Who are maidens? Young unmarried girls.
who lived here and rejoiced here for a brief season will love these somber solitudes, and at eventide they lead shadowy.
Somber solitudes means evening time when you're sitting all alone. Tide means the coming and going of the currents of the ocean. Again, reference to nature.
Eventide, they greet shadowy returning spirits. And when the last red man shall have perished, and the memory of my tribe shall have become a.
So when the last tribal man has died, and according to you, you will think that the red Indians are gone, finished. तब देखो क्या होगा, धमकी देगा.
With along the white man, these shores will swarm with the invisible dead of my tribe.
यही जगह पे ना हमारे जो डेड है वो इनविजिबल बन के घूमेंगे. So they are saying we will haunt you.
And when your children's children think themselves alone in the field, the store, the shop, upon the highway, or in the silence.
See how he is mentioning the highway, the store, and तुम्हारे बच्चों के बच्चे जब सोचेंगे हम तो हाईवे पे अकेले हैं, हम तो दुकान में अकेले हैं.
Silence of the pathless woods, they will not be alone. In all the earth, there is no place dedicated to solitude. At night, when the streets of your cities and villages are silent, and you think them deserted.
Deserted means all alone, कोई नहीं है.
They will throng with the returning host that once filled them and still love this beautiful land. The white man will never be alone.
बुलाना है तेरे को. You have to read the last line.
Let him be just and deal kindly with my people, for the dead are not powerless. Dead, did I say? There is no death, only a change of words.
Change of words from one world to another world. अब यहाँ पे एक डबल मीनिंग ये है कि जो व्हाइट मैन है वो भी अपना एक वर्ल्ड चेंज करके किसी और वर्ल्ड में, तो वहां पर भी he is trying to threaten him कि you are entering an unknown world. What is in store for you over here? You don't know. Think again. Do you want to do this? You want to shift us and come here? Chalo, your 5 minutes break. Go through this. See if you want to ask me something. Okay, tata, bye.
Just is there. So yeah. Yes.
जैसे क्वेश्चन पूछेगा मैंने तो सिलेक्ट किया था वो राइट जैसे टू विल Shall we continue? Open your Bible to page number 167. Go through the write-up. That will give you a lot of help in answering the questions that are there. Frame your oral answers to these questions. We'll discuss the answers. First, you go through what is given there.
Then, what is implicit?
To do something without giving sufficient thought. Frame answers to the questions that follow so that we can discuss those questions and you can do it for homework. Done, children? Done, children? So what is the first question? Yes, sir. Switch off the channel. I'll do it. So what is the first question? What is the first question?
What literary devices have been used in this part of the text?
What should be the answer to this question? What literary devices have been used throughout the chapter? Metaphor and personification and simile. Simile, direct comparison, metaphor, indirect comparison, personification, giving life to inanimate objects. That is what he's doing throughout the chapter. So you'll be able to explain that. You'll be able to give one or two examples of each of the literary devices that we are saying have been used. Yeah, from that passage which has been given. उतने में से आप दे दो, पूरे चैप्टर में से मत दो. Next question.
What is the message being conveyed by the student?
What is the message? Yes. What is the answer here? Who is the protagonist? Icse. What is the message being conveyed by the protagonist to the reader, not to the chief? What is he telling the white man?
That they are soon to be dead, just like how they were killed.
Okay. What else is he saying?
That they are called as pastors.
Okay. What else?
And that the youth is encouraged by the old man or white man, they would rather not like come into.
They do not prefer war. Okay. What
We
else?
will leave this place for our ancestors to stay here.
Very good. So now through all this, what message is he giving the reader?
That the natives are in the right.
Let's take it broader rather than being so specific. Message cannot be something that is so कि भैया हम सही हैं वो गलत है. उससे ज़्यादा वो broader message क्या दे रहा है? आपको अपनी life के लिए क्या सीखने के लिए मिल रहा है ये chapter में से? Message is always that. Like what do you get to learn from this chapter which will help you in your life?
And that so they are like under the white man.
Okay, we must.
But they will not like be enslaved by nation.
No, the message should be something like we must.
We must listen to the minority.
Let's not mention minorities. Let's say we must give equal respect to people who are different from us. We must not think of them as inferior than us. We must not think of people superior than us. We must believe in the equality and brotherhood of humanity. This is the message being put across. You'll be able to write this answer?
Yes.
You want to write some points of what you have to write in this answer, you can do that. What is the theme presented in this reading section? To us the ashes of fire, and we will see till the end of the chapter. What is the theme he is presenting here in this passage?
That we might involve now of the ancestors will always stay there.
Very good. That the ancestors may be dead and the tribe may be gone, but they will always, the spirits of the natives, of the tribals will always stay there. Because this land is hallowed to them. जितनी लाइन दी है ना उतना कवर करना है, दो लाइन भी छोड़ना नहीं है. How does this speech reflect on the theme of the changing life forms? Has he said anything about the changing life forms? Not able to understand what you're saying actually. No, it's too muffled.
Some tribes follow tribes.
Yeah, he says tribes follow tribes and nation follow nation. Change is inevitable, just like we are finishing. Today, there will come a time when you will also be finished and taken over by somebody else.
And they will travel to a
Different world. Now, there is a solved exercise which you should read for homework, and then there is a practice exercise on page number 172 which you should do for homework. Page number 7, module 1. Have you finished reading an exhibition? Who
who has not read today? Everyone has read. You have not read. Start reading, beta. An exhibition.
An exhibition is a place where beautiful, attractive, and artistic things are arranged for public view. It has great commercial and educational value. Delhi has seen many exhibitions like railway exhibitions, post and telegraph exhibitions, international exhibitions, create friendly relations between various countries. An international industrial exhibition was arranged by the Indian government in Delhi.
Finished?
So, two paragraphs.
Read me, beta.
Last Saturday, I had a chance to visit this exhibition with some of my friends. At the booking window, there was a great rush and each one wanted to purchase the first ticket. We requested a gentleman to purchase our tickets also because he was 10th or 11th in the queue. Thus, we took the tickets and entered the gate. First of all, we saw a fountain just in front of the gate and it was foaming. Then we selected to see the stalls of the USA, Democratic Germany, Poland, Russia, China, and India, and made up our minds to see those stalls on the same day. First, we entered the US stall and saw a man who appeared to be just like a magician. He was showing various wonderful things. He converted the sound waves produced by a gramophone into light waves and focused the light waves somewhere. Then, as he placed some obstacle in the way of the light waves, the gramophone stopped. In the same way, a moving train obeyed his orders. He said the word stop and the train at once stopped. And when he said move forward, it obeyed, and when he said now move back, the train began to move back. In the US stall, there was a picture hall in which 300 persons could sit at a time. At the show, the principle of atomic structure was clearly explained. A magic hand was also a good thing. Then we entered the stall of Democratic Germany. There, the glass man was one of the most interesting.
So this is how you write a descriptive essay. You are describing things in their full details. If this is where your forte lies, because you have option in the exam. So what we are going to do for the first 2 months, we are going to write one essay on each type, so that you come to know where your flair lies. Someone may be able to write an argumentative essay very nicely. Someone may be able to write a narrative essay very properly. Someone may be able to write a descriptive essay very properly. So आपको पता लगेगा कि कौन सा टॉपिक आपको बहुत easily आ रहा है. So then you will develop that. Instead of developing all 5, you will develop that, because each one of them has a different approach, different way of tackling. जैसे ball एक ही होता है, but throw ball is different, football is different, tennis is something else, badminton is something else, cricket is something else. है तो सब ball ही ना. So it's like that. But the rules of the game differ from narrative. Narrative में क्या करना है हमको? Sequence. We have to follow a stipulated logical sequence. गड़बड़ करके भेलपुरी नहीं बनाना है. Then that means that is not your forte. Descriptive में क्या करना है? हमको details में describe करना है. So if you are good at that, then that is what you need to choose. Argumentative में क्या करना है? एक topic है and we want to give both the sides of the coin. Okay, for also, against also. So that means that is your strong point. Which are the other 2 types? Argumentative, descriptive, narrative, picture composition, reflective. Reflective means there is some topic that is given to you and it is more like a philosophy, more like a gyan, more like Ramdev Baba sitting and talking Jindagi ke baare mein. So if that is your strong point, then we will develop that. तो जिसका जो strong point है, पहले हम लोग जून के मंथ में, मई और जून में ये रियलाइज करेंगे कि हमारा strong point क्या है, फिर हम उसी ऐसे पे वर्क करेंगे. Right now I am giving like question number 2. I'm giving to everyone. Page number 10, question number 2. All of you do it for homework. So like this, every time I meet, I will be giving you one type of essay. So month of May and June को मिलाकर around 10 essays you will have written. By then you will know कि मेरे लिए कौन सा essay है, which type suits me. Then you will do only more and more practice of that type which you have chosen. Then you will ignore the rest. Clear? Getting the idea that I want to follow? Anyone who thinks this is not a good idea, ma'am? Anyone who thinks, no, I want to develop all 5, I can do that with you, if you feel you want to do that. Everyone convinced that this is a good way to tackle, that I'll be better prepared for a board exam like this? Okay, so this is what we're going to follow. So that is essay writing. Now, apart from that, comprehension passage, page number 40. We've done reading of the solved example.
No.
What did we do last time then?
Passive one.
No, comprehension passage, what did we
Only
do?
your homework.
From the, and we were reading.
Page 40,
Now,
na?
we told us to read the first comprehension by and give the answer. And then you give the homework.
Okay. So how many of you have not done the homework? No hands are raised.
I'm sorry.
So the story of Robinson Crusoe, all of you have done?
Yes.
The first question is, give the meaning of each of the following words as used in the passage. Instigated, angered.
Order.
What have you written?
Order.
Ordered. Where has the word come?
Now on 8th line. Second
On
paragraph,
8th line or
fourth
in 8th line?
Now second paragraph, fourth line.
He instigated the other sailors to leave the ship and remain on the island. Ordered. Wrong.
I was ordered that story.
Forced. Ordered, forced, told. Wrong. Suggested. Initiated.
Wanted.
Wanted. Instigated means coaxed. Try to convince to do. Almost like a motivation. कि ऐसा करो. That is not an order. Coaxed will be the right word. Marooned. Where has the word occurred?
Third paragraph, fourth line.
Alexander marooned on an island populated only by wild cats.
Fourth line.
Left behind.
Desert.
Deserted.
Abandoned.
Abandoned.
Was left. Was left.
What did she say?
Was left.
Was left. Marooned के लिए was left नहीं लिख सकते कितना. Abandoned, left alone. किसी और ने क्या बोला था? Deserted, acceptable. Unkempt. Where has the word occurred?
5th paragraph, second line.
Unkempt hair.
Messy.
Messy. Any other word?
Not maintained.
Not maintained. Untidy. Explain the phrase with little respect for authority. Where has it occurred?
First paragraph, second line.
What does it mean?
Alexander was like, he was a maid.
Don't bring Alexander into the picture when you're explaining the meaning of the phrase.
It's not giving respect to the authority.
Don't use the same word.
I'm not giving respect to the people.
Don't
in
use the same word. Respect is there in the phrase.
I'm not listening to the people in charge of the duty.
Not listening to the people
In charge of
in charge of
the duty.
the duty. Not listening to the people who are in charge of giving the orders. Why did Alexander become reckless and malevolent when he became a sailor?
The condition that the sea was harsh. and due to the heartlessness of the captain.
You are picking up phrases from the passage and writing. Have I not told you that you are not to do this? Look at the marking scheme of the sample paper sent by the board. They said if you pick up phrases from the passage, you will not be awarded marks. You have to paraphrase, write in your own words. So answer is correct, but you will not get marks. So what should we write the answer to this question? अगर सबने ये किया है, तो how come only 2 children are answering? How many have not done the passage? Please raise your hands. Why is homework not getting done, children? I will refuse to teach if this is the case next time also. And then let your parents come and ask me, मेरा बच्चा कोचिंग के लिए आया था पर उसके साथ कुछ इंग्लिश कराया नहीं टीचर ने. I will answer, क्यों नहीं कराया? I will literally take the children who have done the homework and sit in a different class, make you sit here to do your homework. अलग से कहीं पर लास्ट पेज और ट्यूशन बुक पे आज का डेट लिख के क्या क्या होमवर्क में दे रही हूँ, मेक अ लिस्ट ऑफ दैट, ताकि यू कैन ऑल्सो पुट एंड टिक. एक्टिव पैसिव हो गया, ऐसे हो गया, कॉम्प्रिहेंशन हो गया, आज कल के हमने पेज वर्ड नहीं किया, क्या क्या चीफ सीआरटी क्वेश्चन आंसर्स हो गया, ऐसे लिख दो, लिस्ट बनाओ, लास्ट पेज खोलो, लास्ट पेज ऑफ ट्यूशन बुक, राइट टुडेज डेट, फर्स्ट राइट लास्ट टाइम्स डेट, उसका लिखो क्या क्या होमवर्क था, उसमें फिर टिक करना क्या क्या हो गया, क्या क्या बाकी है. हाँ, व्हाट आई वांट यू टू डू, write last time date over here 21st ना, write 21st, then write 1 2 3 4 5 जो मैंने होमवर्क दिया था, then write today's date 1 2 3 4 5 जो मैंने होमवर्क दिया था, ऐसे करो. And this has to be done every time. पहले हम लास्ट टाइम का होमवर्क लिखते हैं. लास्ट टाइम क्या क्या होमवर्क था? वन ऐसे था इको फ्रेंडली वाला, एक कॉम्प्रिहेंशन पैसेज था अलेक्जेंडर के बारे में, केज वर्ड का क्वेश्चन आंसर्स था, any other homework was there? अब ये तो मैंने तुमको याद दिलाने के लिए इस फॉर्मेट में लिखा है. एक्चुअली व्हाट यू आर गोइंग टू राइट ना, फॉर केज वर्ड यू विल राइट वॉल्यूम, पेज, comprehension passage volume,
Volume 1,
page,
49.
eco-friendly volume,
One page 10.
active passive volume, page,
67.
now today's homework will be, any other homework was there?
No.
Today one homework I have given you, Chief Seattle. Volume, page,
One 66.
one essay I have given you, page, volume,
1,
page,
10.
question, one comprehension I have given you, volume, page. I have not yet given you the comprehension passage for homework. Practice exercise is given only one question. So that means you don't have any comprehension on book. So I've given you one literature, one essay. Rather quickly, MOB. Volume 2, page 1. Start reading the character list. Right, Ritu is right on top. Read better.
Antonio, a wealthy Venetian merchant who occasionally lends money but never charges interest. Since his main source of income is from his merchant ships, he is the merchant of the Great Castle. Bassanio, he is a typical Elizabethan lover and nobleman who careless with his money. Hence, he has to borrow from Antonio so that he can do Portia in style. Portia. In one of Shakespeare's most intelligent and witty heroines, she is famous for her beauty and for her wealth, and she is deeply envious that she must marry only the man who chooses the single casket of cream which contains her portrait. Shylock. Shylock is an intelligent businessman who believes that since he is a moneylender, charging interest is his right. To him, it makes good business sense. The Duke of Venice. He presides as a judge over the court proceedings in Shylock's claim on Antonio. The Prince of Morocco, one of the Portia's suitors, loses the opportunity to marry her when he chooses the golden casket. The Prince of Aragon, he chooses the silver casket, is another disappointed suitor for Portia's hand in marriage. Cristiano is the light-hearted, talkative friend of Bassanio who accompanies him to Belmont. There, he falls in love with Portia's confidante Nerissa. Lorenzo, he is the friend of Antonio and Bassanio. He woos and wins the love of Shylock's daughter, Jessica. Jessica, she is the young daughter of Shylock. She falls in love with Lorenzo and, disguised as a boy, she elopes with him. Nerissa, Portia's merry and sympathetic lady in waiting. Salerno, he is the friend who believes that Antonio is sad because he is worried about his ships at sea. He is a messenger from Venice. Salarino, he is the another friend of Antonio. He thinks Antonio's melancholy may be caused because Antonio is in love. Salverio, friend of Antonio. Lancelot Odo, he is the clown, a jester, a young servant of Shylock. He is about to run away because he thinks Shylock is the young servant of Shylock. He is about to run away because he thinks Shylock is the devil. Eventually, he leaves Shylock's service and becomes Bassanio's jester. Ulpicogo, the father of Lancelot, he has come to Venice to seek news of his son. He is partially blind. Pupil, he is a friend of Shylock's. He tells him that one of the Antonio ship has been wrecked. Leonardo, Bassanio's servant, Balthazar, the servant whom Portia sends to her cousin, Dr. Bellerio. Dr. Bellerio, a lawyer of Padua, Secretano, one of the Portia's servants.
Whose book is that? Yours. You don't have a book. Okay. Sit there inside the table. This is the problem with sharing the books. Then you start having conversations much outside, much inside. Henceforth, no more sharing of books. Get your bag in between both of you. Since half an hour I've been noticing both of you and I said no problem, no problem. She's reading for fun or what? Now what I'm thinking is in your 9th standard you had up till Act 2 scenes 5 if I'm not mistaken.
Act 3.
Act 3 scene 1. Yeah. So you need me to do Act 1 scene 1 to Act 3 scene 1 like in detail, or can we just do it like a skimming through of the scenes so that quickly we can come to Act 3 scene 2 and we can perhaps be done with MOV the month of May.
By the characters and explain the situation to the audience. Shakespeare accomplishes this task of informative exposition very subtly in the opening 56 lines of dialogue between Antonius, Saladino, and Saladino. We learn that Antonio is a wealthy merchant, that he is worried for some obscure reason which makes him melancholy, that he is a member of a group of friends who arrive later, Bassanio, Lorenzo, and Gratian, who represent the lively convivial life of Venice, and perhaps most important for the purposes of the plot. We are told that Antonio has many shipping ventures, mercantile risks, and although he is not worried about them now, the idea is subtly suggested to us that his business ventures on the high seas may miscarry. We should recall this matter when Antonio initially decides to indebt himself to Shylock on Bassanio's behalf.
Continue.
In this opening scene, Shakespeare begins to sketch in some of the characters and some of the atmosphere of the play. Antonio, for example, is presented as being sad, afflicted with a melancholy in which he himself does not appear to understand. Critics have puzzled over this. Is Antonio to be viewed as a normally melancholy character? Is his sadness caused by his knowledge that he may shortly lose the companionship of his old friend Bassanio, who has told him on embarking a secret pilgrimage to woo a beautiful and wealthy woman in Belgium? Or is his mood to be put down simply to an ominous foreboding which he has of some approaching disaster? For all the dramatic purposes in this scene, Antonio's gravity serves foremost as a contrast to the light-heartedness of his friends.
So you remember what was happening in Act 1 scene 1?
Yes.
We are kind of introduced to the people. Come to page number 16. So for MOB, volume 2, page number 16. You have 3 passages for homework. The answers have to be written in the question book. They have to be as per the marking scheme of your board exam. You are aware how the marking scheme of these questions is. Yeah, stick to that. Now let's give you some grammar homework also. What grammar is going on in school? What topic are they doing in school right now? Tenses we finished, na? No? No? Okay. Take out your question books. How many tenses do we have?
3.
Which are the 3 tenses we have?
Past, present, and future.
Present and past and future. And in this, how many types do we have? Four. Which are they? Simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. So we have a simple present tense, simple past tense, simple future tense, present continuous tense, past continuous tense, future continuous tense, present perfect tense, past perfect tense, future perfect tense, present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, future perfect continuous. So we have 12. So what I want you to do is write today's date, write the topic tenses. Then write number 1, simple present tense, leave 5 lines. Then write simple past tense, leave 5 lines. Raise your hand and let me know if you finish this much. Where's your tissue book? Then take a double page and write what are you doing. Take a double page. Write on this one. Finish writing the homework so that I can rub this side of the blackboard. Done? Good. Done? 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 So I take a sentence like Radha goes to the market. That is simple present tense. What will it become in the simple past tense? Future tense. Continues. The thing about the continuous tense is that ing has to come. Past. Future. Present perfect tense. Now the thing about present perfect tense is when you have a verb, you have a past tense, you also I give you a verb like eat. What is the past tense? Eat. What is the past participle? Drive. Fly. Past participle क्या है? Flown. तो यहाँ पे हम लोग को has या had लगाना है तो हमको इसका आंसर आएगा because you can't say I had ate the apple, I had eaten, I had drove the car, had driven, I had flew the aeroplane, I had flown. So this is your perfect tense. तो इसमें जो यूज होता है that is past participle. For homework, work table. What I wanted to do is like my name is Ritu, so it is R-I-T-U-V-A, my surname. You will do for your name. So with R I will take run, with I will take inquire, with T I will take talk. I take verbs and I will write the past tense and the past participle. If an alphabet repeats, do not take the same verb. Take another verb. So you copy this. This is your homework verb table. After you have finished writing these 12, no, you can take a new page and do this. If you choose to continue on the same page, see to it that you've left 5 lines. Everyone has finished writing the homework? Can you just show me? पुराना अभी लिखा है नंबर्स भी लिखा है एमओबी पेज 16 में लिखे हैं और GC directly no volume no page number yeah लास्ट पेज पे लिखना है ये चीज homework दोनों दिन का लिखा है जो बोले को वन डे छोटे छोटे बच्चे हो आके मेरे को हर चीज चेक करना पड़ता है So for these perfect tenses 3 we will use the past participle. So what will come here? Radha past perfect tense future फ्यूचर है तो विल तो आना ही पड़ेगा. Will have gone. Now it is perfect also and continuous also. That means past participle also has to come and ing also has to come. So what will it become in the present perfect continuous? Finish writing this. What will it be in the past perfect continuous? Future. Very good. Can I erase this? Verb table. Everyone has copied? ये वर्ब टेबल यहाँ पर नहीं आएगा, वहां पर आएगा जहाँ टेंसेस खत्म हुआ है. हाँ आगे दो, 12 टेंसेस हो गए ना, ये 5 लाइन छोटी यहाँ पे बनाओ वर्ब टेबल. I can erase the verb table. Now I want to give you the taglines that follow each one of them, because that is when you will understand in your exam which tense has to be used where. So Radha goes to the market every day. Like every day. तो जहां आप everyday देखोगे वहां आपको simple present tense यूज करना है. What will come for past tense? Future tense? Present continuous tense? Past continuous tense. Now past continuous tense का ये चक्कर है कि एक ही sentence में when there are two verbs which are happening simultaneously and one of the verbs is in the past tense, then the other verb is going to be in the past continuous tense. For example, Radha was going to the market when you called up. So you see both the things are happening together. तो ये past में है तो ये past continuous में, ये दोनों साथ में हो रहे थे. Future continuous tense is when you are more specific. Radha will be going to the market tomorrow 6 p.m. next time I should take written work earlier so that you have time to copy. Done? You can leave it on. Right now. Right now. What are you asking? For 10 years now, comma next Tuesday. Come here. Whose mama is waiting outside? Bye. See you. Want me to drop you somewhere? I'll drop you till the rickshaw. Bye, madam. Good night. Bye.